So I'm Ryan with La Sportiva, and this is the new La Sportiva Theory. So the La Sportiva Theory is a Olympic level bouldering shoe. So the shoe is designed specifically to climb on really huge volumes and get maximum rubber contact on the bottom. Since it has no midsole, it's going to lay down really flat. So when you're doing parkour-like moves and bouncing from volume to volume, you're going to get maximum rubber coverage and really good surface area contact. It also has a really unique sole design, so we have an edge right on the tip of the toe, so you're still going to get really awesome micro edge performance while having a really awesome no edge roll up over the sides of the shoe. So that's going to allow for a lot of really cool foot English and skumming and just maximizing surface area contact with large volumes. The rubber also tapers from 4 millimeters at the toe all the way back to 1.8 millimeters at the back of the sole. So that's also a really unique sole construction. We've also got more rubber over the top of the toe than we've ever had before in any of our other shoes. So that's going to provide for really awesome jamming and also toe hooking and toe scums and just dragging the toe to maintain tension on the wall. This shoe is basically totally coated in rubber to allow you to use every surface on the shoe for climbing. The last is a PD85 last, which is our most aggressive last. What PD stands for is pointed and downturn, so you can see by the profile of the shoe that it's got a really aggressive pointed downturn shape. 85 is the degrees of asymmetry off the heel, so if you were to draw a straight line up off the heel, you have 85 degrees of asymmetry over to the apex of the toe. So yeah, again, really aggressive last. It does have the P3 platform, so you're gonna get that really nice downturn shape of the shoe over the life of the shoe. It has that kind of springy feeling, loading up the tension behind the heel and bringing it all the way to the toe and back around the heel. So it gives you this nice slingshot feel when you put the shoe on, but still really, really soft. So you get awesome pedidexterity as well. You can basically use your feet like your hands. And that's really, really ideal for super steep terrain as well. So the toe box it looks like it has a lot of room in it, but that's basically just the front of the shoe kind of bowing up from the structure of the rubber. You can see that there's kind of a concave shape on the bottom of the shoe, so it's going to kind of wrap up and form over your knuckles really, really nicely. Most people that are wearing this shoe are going to downsize in it pretty aggressively, so their knuckles are going to be sticking straight up. So that's kind of why the front of the shoe is shaped the way it is. The rubber on top of the shoe is actually really, really thin. Doesn't have a lot of structure to it, so it's actually going to accommodate your knuckles sticking up really hard in the front of the shoe. Everyone that I know who fits in the sample size has said it's a really, really comfortable fit, super snug, and just sucks down to the foot really nicely. So this also has a really sock-like fit, and there's just no dead space whatsoever inside of the shoe. So it's intended for a really tight performance aggressive fit. The rubber is going to mitigate the stretch quite a bit. It's not going to let the shoe deform as much. So the rubber is going to kind of maintain most of the structure on the foot. You can see that pretty much right here is the only spot that isn't just totally coated in rubber. It's not really going to stretch so much, but it is going to break in. The heel is very similar to what we have on the Solution Comp, but basically really sensitive, a nice kind of firmer strip of rubber down the middle, which is going to resist deformation on really hard pulling on heel hooks, and really soft rubber on the sides. So you get kind of the benefits of a molded heel and an unmolded heel in the same package with maintaining sensitivity. So with molded heel cups you don't get as much sensitivity, but you get really nice structure. So this is kind of a nice blend of the two. So it's going to work really good on small features, especially like screw-on holds and micro holds that they use in competition climbing. So on this sole we use the Vibram XS Grip 2, which is the best, softest, stickiest rubber for really hardcore high performance climbing. It deforms a little bit better and gets a little bit stickier and is easy to drive into micro features and works better on steep terrain and much better at smearing as well than excess edge rubber. The biggest difference between men's and women's is you're just going to find a shoe that's built for a climber that's a little bit lighter weight, and it's going to be a little bit lower volume but more negligible than anything. It's basically just colors. I think most climbers won't be able to tell the difference between the men's and women's if they were blindfolded. So it's going to be a little bit lower volume, built for a lighter weight climber. That's the best way to think about it. The tensioning is probably adjusted, although they will neither confirm nor deny what kind of secret sauce goes into all the subtleties between the men's and women's models. But if the rand is tensioned less, then a lighter weight climber is going to basically have the same like throttle, same power as a heavier weight climber would in the men's shoe. So they're trying to keep it even across the board so that if you're a lighter weight climber with a lower volume foot, you're still going to get the same level of performance as you would being a higher weight climber with a higher volume foot. So that's basically what they're aiming for. So the La Sportiva Theory will retail at $190 and will be released spring 2020. So we're hoping to see the shoe land June, May at the earliest, June at the latest of next year. So La Sportiva is going to come out with the very specific Dtec Sole that we have on these shoes. So these will be fully resolable. So you'll basically get a factory pad from La Sportiva with Vibram XS Grip 2 rubber. So you basically, if you can maintain this rand rubber here and not blow this out, then you can basically get a brand new shoe with a brand new sole on it that's already broken in. So that'll be awesome. We're going to support this the same way we do with the Futuras and the no-edge soles. Yeah, these are going to kill it. This is like the all-new shoe. The Solution Comp is awesome too, and I think people are really excited about that, but this shoe is a brand new shoe, brand new technology. The tooling that they use to cut these soles out and to taper the rubber is really wild, and they're the only ones doing stuff like that. So yeah, that's really cool. We're psyched about these.
I just want to say it almost looks like the orgy.
Where does it say that? Oh, yeah. This is the La Sportiva orgy. The orgy from La Sportiva. Very European. They have new ideas over there. Even the Pope approves. He's down. Super progressive. He's trying to hang on to that tithing. All right, so the orgy has a lot of rubber. A lot of sticky rubber. I'm screwed because it's just orgy in my head now. That's it. There's nothing else. And so sticky rubber.
Tell me the theory behind the shoe.
The theory behind the theory.